I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next is the moment of silence. We are in the moment of silence. Thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Mason.
Present.
Trustee Reinders.
Present.
Trustee Lepore.
Present.
Trustee Muller.
Present.
Trustee Schaller.
Present.
Trustee Holzhauser.
Present.
Mayor Naisky-Troike.
Present. Next is community recognition. Community in Nature Awards, I'm sorry, Community in Nature and Harmony Awards. Taylor, you have the floor. Oh,
Is this working?
yes,
Okay.
it is.
Thank you all, and welcome to our award presentation. Through the efforts of the Environment Committee, the village created the Community in Nature and Harmony Award in 2002. Now in 2025, the 24th year for the award, it is a pleasure that the Environment Committee presents these awards to recognize how individuals, businesses, community groups, and governmental organizations can influence and care for the natural environment, and to support those in our community who showcase Homer Glen's special character and generate community spirit. During the awards recognition, we are honored to have the assistance of our Homer Glen Mayor, Christina Naisky-Troike, who will assist in presenting the certificates to individuals and businesses. I also want to thank our Environment Committee members and Dana, our staff liaison, for coordinating this program. This evening, there will be 4 residents, 1 business, and 2 community groups receiving the award. To help move things along, we ask that you come forward as I read your name, proceed to the mayor to receive your certificate, have your photo taken, and then return to your seat. The yardstake and hardware to accompany your garden sign is located behind our photo board over there, so don't forget to grab that before you leave tonight. Now for the award winners. All right, first we have the St. Bernard Parish Caring for Creation Committee for hosting local events such as a recycling collection for electronics and medical equipment, home energy efficiency seminar, recycling drives for children in need, and distributing earth-friendly activity books to children. If our Environment Committee members want to come up for a photo too. Yeah. One more photo. Maybe.
One more of the Homer Glen of the Big Burners.
Amazing. All right, next we have Jennifer and Lester O'Grodney for transforming their property into a beautiful garden sanctuary with a native butterfly garden, lush pathways lined with flowers, and a vegetable garden.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next, we have Anita and Preston Wilk for designing a beautiful home garden, including vegetable gardens, a greenhouse, a patio with plentiful flowers, and flower beds across their property that supports pollinators and creates healthy soil.
Congratulations.
Thanks. All right, next we have Kim and John Patty for creating a wonderfully designed home garden with a variety of plants along with birdhouses and decorative planting pots that act as a habitat and sanctuary for pollinators. Thank you. All right, we have Nick Harasek for maintaining a native home garden registered with the Homegrown National Park Biodiversity Map that is focused on biodiversity and flood management. I don't know if he's here. We will get him that award. All right, two more. We have the Homer Honey Farm for producing organic vegetables, fruits, and produce while also supporting Homer Glen's local food network. Wonderful. And last but not least for tonight, we have Cross of Glory Lutheran Church's Climate Action Team for being environmental stewards and educating our community on initiatives such as energy efficiency in the church, plastic swaps, recycling, and climate action sermons. Amazing. Let's give all our award winners another round of applause. Thank you, everyone. Yep, so we're good. Thank you all for attending this evening, showing your support for this important Homer Glen event. We look forward to presenting our final award to the Butterfly Garden Learning Center at the next Village Board meeting. Mayor Knightsky-Troicki, thank you, and Village Trustees, thank you all for your support. Chris, thank you for the photos. Environment Committee, thank you for your assistance. I return the meeting back to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Congratulations to all the winners again. Okay, next on the agenda, amendments to the agenda. Are there any amendments? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make that motion.
Trustee Holzhauser, Trustee Reinders. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holzhauser.
Aye.
Trustee Reinders. Aye. Trustee Schaller.
Aye.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
Trustee Muller.
Aye.
Trustee Lepore.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes for September 24th, 2025, Committee of the Whole meeting?
Make that motion?
Trustee Lepore, is there a second?
I'll second.
Trustee Mason, any discussion?
No, ma'am.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Lepore.
Aye.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
Trustee Reinders. Aye. Trustee Muller.
Aye.
Trustee Schaller.
Aye.
Trustee Holzhauser.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next up is public comment. Just a reminder to keep your comments to 3 minutes. First up is Ellen Moritz. Screwed it up again.
You're not the first one.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Try my name.
Yeah, I'm not gonna think so. Challenge not accepted. All right, my name's Ellen Moritz. I stood up here over a month ago talking to you about the 143rd Street expansion. So that was just over a month ago, and since then I have received my 60-day notice. So this is happening. I am frustrated. This is it. I have no other options except for to negotiate or be taken to court. Either way, both result in me losing my property, and this expansion is happening. So there are 30 of us. I mentioned this last time. There are 30 properties being taken since this compromise that was done by Will County. And even though there's just a small number still from the village, I keep hearing we're fighting it, but there has been no meeting with the 30 of us, no packet in the mail from the village, no plan. Not one person has answered my question that I keep emailing you guys. What is the plan? You have a plan. It sounded like you did, but nobody's been answering. I have until Thursday, November 27th to negotiate or be taken to court. That's Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving. So I've asked this over and over to you all, but calls have gone to voicemail boxes that are full. Emails have gone to junk. Thank you, Bart and Kurt, who have actually replied honestly. Bart, like talking to the mayor. I don't know which one is who, so sorry. Thank you. But I understand that traffic projects are hard to fight, and they usually go through. I know frequently this is inevitable. But my question to the village is, what do you want us to do? You said you would be fighting it. You said you'd fight it, and I know you have. Thank you for your updates to Fight Quick Take, and you're speaking at Will County meetings, but I keep asking, you're saying we're fighting this, but what, are you still doing something? Because I haven't heard anything. I just want a little bit of communication, a little bit of transparency, especially because when I do get an email back from one of you guys, it's like giving me advice that I already know. You know, I've been dealing with this for a while, done all this research, avoiding social media. Sounds like I'm doing all the right things. I'm just asking for a little clarification from the people who keep promising me that they're fighting and there's a plan. But I just don't know. I heard about the traffic study. You know, you said that there was data, you didn't have an expert look at it, but like, why not get an expert look at it? I know a lot of these things are very much beyond me.
30 seconds.
So just to wrap up, just so you know, Will County, who I've been in communication with, is not providing us with updated plans, even though the plans have actually changed. They're also not providing updated appraisals for all the residents, even though the appraisal that they gave us for their offer is 2 years old. There's also some questionable timing things from the letters that we've gotten from the negotiation company. They are not going to pay for like a temporary fence during construction, even though I have children that are going to be like running into the construction zone for my backyard. So I just wanted to also make you aware that Will County is, they feel like not only is this happening, but feels like they're kind of out to get us. Like now, because this has been a thing for so long, I feel like they're kind of sticking it to us the last 30, because they're not actually allowing us to negotiate with up-to-date information. Just want to make you aware. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Diane Cernick.
Hi, my name is Diane Cernick, and I have lived in Will County Township / AKA Homer Glen. Just wanted to let you know that I had received my Homer Glen 2025 12-page booklet with info and ads. What it didn't say about 143rd Street widening is, in my opinion, what's stolen from us is we're a designated international sky community. Stolen, lost. What's stolen from us as Homer Glen, a rural community since 1836. These things were promised in the magazines, written to us, told us many, many things, which are these lies, or are we hearing lies now? The rural community since 1863. Also stolen from us is the wildlife corridor. Stolen from us is the Tree City Capital since 2005, given to us by Arbor Day, or should I say we earned it. Stolen from us is the loss of homes and properties for the road expansion. On page 3, on your Homer Glen, it is now asking for historic photos, stories, and memories from 2001, what it was like. Since then, if you read the previous Homer Glen magazines, okay, there are many lies and broken promises in here. Every page has them, okay, in my opinion, but you can read it yourself, it's right there. The ball has been dropped. In 2001, the same idea was done in Homer Glen Horizon newspaper. And this is before they said incorporation versus corporation of Homer Glen. It was wonderful in 2001. I also won the first prize story plus 2 runner-ups. We had all printed in the Homer Horizon paper because it was wonderful to talk about it in a positive way.
30 seconds.
My point of this is that on February 15th, 2024, we voted on the road expansion. We won the vote. It was a 12-9 in favor of no expansion. Over 500 emails were replied for the vote, and it was they were no for expansion. The rest and only, I'm sorry, 5 were yes for it, and over 500 were no. 1 to 2 days later, the vote was vetoed in favor of the expansion. My opinion.
Ms. Cernick, I'm going to pause you for just a second. I don't want you to stop. I want to ask the board if they will make a motion to allow you additional.
It's just
Trustee Reinders.
5 more
Trustee
lines.
Lepore, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, please carry on.
Thank you. Just 5 more lines. It was vetoed in favor of the expansion. In my opinion, just a reminder that the people that voted against us, they are not our leaders. They are just public servants. You work for us. We did vote, emails 500. Okay, so in my opinion, some people feel entitled. They want to run us over literally with a road. Or is there kickbacks? What is going on here? Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Next up is Ms. Christy Nazar.
Wound up. Hi, I'm Christy Nasser. I own Chrisland Farm on 143rd Street, and I feel blessed that temporarily the expansion is not going to be in front of my house. But I feel the people on 143rd where the expansion is going to be. We're fighting not only individually, but we're fighting for the whole community. The road coming from 355 coming into Homer Glen should be a community of trees and lowered speed limits so the animals can cross. Today I couldn't believe how many wildlife that I saw in front of my house around and small roads and stuff like that in the area. I think Homer Glen is kind of missing the mark on where we want to go as a community. We've always said community harmony, community and nature and harmony. I mean, I've been here since that whole thing was inspired and done, pictures of my animals, horses, etc. So I think we need to still fight for these people because I cannot rest because I think it's a cancer. You might have stopped the road at Parker, but I think it's just a matter of time where people are going to get irritated from outside our community, not in our community, that the road doesn't continue with expansion all the way to 355. The other thing I wanted to say too, so first of all, I hope that maybe we can there's still some miracle to stop that road expansion. I had a chance to see Bell Road and the walls. Oh my Lord, I almost drove off the road looking at that. Why has nothing been talked about by doing a berms with trees? Berms with trees, first of all, is safer for cars because if a car goes off the road, it hits a berm and it doesn't hit a wall that's solid. It's also better for wildlife still crossing the road because a lot of these places where these walls are going up, there's open space, so animals are still trying to get back and forth. Thirdly, with all the car traffic that you're supposedly saying, a berm with trees is really good for the environment to put oxygen back in the environment. And fourthly, more than anything, aesthetically, it's more pleasing for our community to see that we're doing berms, trees. We're really trying to keep it a rural, more open space, trees, and also still have our areas where we're shopping, et cetera, and developments and stuff. But the main heart of
30
Homer
seconds.
Glen, you've got the roads with berms, trees, aesthetically pleasing. I think people that are not looking at some ginormous wall like they're in prison. So that's all I have. And also, I don't know who's in charge of fireworks, but we still need to start thinking about fireworks for next year, tuning down the boom, boom, booms. So I'll be coming to all the meetings and saying that. Thank you.
Thank you. You pass that down for me. Okay, next is reports and communications from the president and other officers. Village Manager Joe Baber, you're up.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just to remind everybody, trick-or-treat hours here are from 2 o'clock to 7:30 p.m. Trunk or treat is this Saturday from 3 to 5 at the back cul-de-sac lot. I'd like to recognize 2 of our employees here. Pat Healy, he's been an employee with both the village and the township for over 30 years. He's our deputy Public Works Director, and he does a fantastic job. Also, Austin Hesslinger, he's been recently certified as an arborist. We have 2 arborists currently on staff to help evaluate trees, parkway trees, private and public, so that's a benefit to the village. Also this evening, right before the meeting, the previous meeting that was held here, there was a group of kids out on electric bikes, dirt bikes, right out here in Heritage Park, probably half a dozen of them. I contacted Will County Sheriff Department. I just want to remind parents that they are responsible for the actions of their kids and they can be fined accordingly. That concludes my report. Thank you
very much. We're going to move on to the trustees. Trustee Holzhauser.
No report.
Trustee Lepore.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just briefly to address the 143rd Street concerns. I believe the Homer Glen residents have been done a disservice by the Will County Board. Homer Glen is a home rule municipality, and the will of the residents should supersede the wants of the Will County Board. I also believe that new leadership is needed at the board level. That aside, the village's hands are, we're pretty tied here. We're doing everything we can to listen to residents and address their concerns, but once it gets to this level, the county really has all the cards. We're not saying we're giving up. We're not saying it's a lost cause. But what we're trying to tell you is we're doing everything we can possibly from where we sit in that level. On a lighter note, though, I'd like to just, at the risk of sounding repetitive, I know this has been addressed before, I'm reminding everyone, dining coupon booklets are out and available. I would like to remind residents of the deals offered, 20 different restaurants participating. You can find these coupon booklets locally at all service businesses throughout the village, as well as at the town hall and online. There's also a stack of them out by the exit door. Feel free to grab one on the way out and take advantage of all the outstanding deals provided. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Mason?
I have no report, but I agree with Trustee Lepore's assessment on 143rd Street. I wish it were different. We're not in control. It's Will County that holds the cards at this time. I believe I answered that to Ellen. I'd love to give you legal advice, but I cannot. I think we've stated many, many times that you have to negotiate and keep that going. And I think I even mentioned in the letter that I had sent to Ellen that if they're not negotiating in good faith, then you may have suit to reverse that. So please keep fighting. That's it. I have nothing else to report at this time, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Trustee Reinders?
A few things, Mayor.
Just turn your microphone on.
A couple of things. Yes, 143rd Street. As we've all said here, we have all been fighting. We have done everything. We've made more phone calls. We've sent more emails. We have done everything. We've contacted Springfield. We've contacted our legislators. We've contacted anybody that will listen to us. So, I mean, if you think that we're not doing our job, we are definitely doing our job. Myself, these trustees, the mayor, all of us, every single day, we are talking about 143rd and thinking of ways of how we can help. In every time we do, we get the door slammed in our face. Every time we come up with a new idea, they don't answer our calls, or they say, work with our negotiating team. We have tried and tried and tried. And where I'm at right now, I'm pretty frustrated. I live in Dawnwood. And for us, I mean, they're going to take away every one of those beautiful trees that we have there. And I have to tell you, I'm going to be fighting. If I have to go to the county myself with everybody from Dawnwood, and we have to demand for them to negotiate with us to get our trees, to keep our berm, to do whatever, You want to talk about throwing up, go driving down Bell Road? That's hideous. It's absolutely hideous what they've done. They have destroyed the character of our community, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let them do that to Donwood. I will make them replace every one of those trees, everything that they have to do. So we're not done fighting, believe me. And every one of us on this board here, we're not stupid. We know their intention is once they get from Golden Oak to Parker, that they're going to want to continue down. So we're going to have to continue this fight again for the rest of our residents. And that's what we're going to do. So please don't think that we're not doing anything. If other than give you legal advice, we cannot. I'm helping Donwood with us negotiating what we're going to allow them to take. And I think if you don't put your best foot forward in negotiating with them and say, well, that's not going to be good enough. I need to negotiate this. I want this, this, and this. You have to fight for your rights. And I know that the one person lives on the corner over there of Parker, and that's going to be very dangerous for the kids, for her kids. So believe me, we're still going to continue to fight as much as we can. But we also have to remember, if we don't negotiate with them, then they're just going to move ahead with eminent domain. So try to get as much negotiating power as you possibly can. And also, pertaining to our Veterans Memorial, we're working on that. We have another meeting with the steering committee on the 28th of October, and at that time, we're hoping that we're going to have some type of rendering for the changes. Another thing that the Parks Committee has been working on very closely is to update our master plan for the parks. As we make changes to the park, we notice that our master plan is from 2013. And there's a lot of things that don't pertain to what is happening in today's world. So we're very diligently working on that as well. And also trunk or treat, please don't forget about that. The kids have a great time with that. And that's about it. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Muller?
I have no report. I wholeheartedly agree with everything the trustees, especially Trustee Reiner, said about 143rd Street. And I stand behind her with her passion toward it and doing everything we can.
Trustee Schaller?
Thank you, Mayor. I have no report. I also agree with everything Trustee Reiner said. I will say this. As residents, I would be very informed on who on that Will County Board is voting for 143rd Street. There's no one on this board that is for 143rd and is our vehement attempt to try to stop this seems to go on deaf ears when we go to Will County's board. So with that, use as constituents, see who's voting for that, and then you'll be a little bit more open to what's going on and why it's going forward on 143rd Street.
Thank you. We're going to move on to the village clerk.
I do have a couple of positive notes. We have a local resident, Logan Martin, who is currently, he's a sophomore at Lockport High School. He's working towards completing his Eagle Scout project. He is asking for donations of gently used duffel bags or luggage. He's putting together these bags that support children in foster care. One of the drop-off locations is 15404 West 151st Street. Also, I have, seen a couple of events lately, Special Olympics here with some Homer residents and former 33C students. Elise Elkins had participated in the it's holistic riding and equestrian therapy. She was on that team for the Fall Equestrian Special Olympics. Like I said, there's a couple of current students at Hadley and Homer Junior High that participated as well. The team consisted of 19 riders. The holistic riding and equestrian therapy is located right here in Homer Glen. They work with 33C SI program from 5th to 8th grade, as well as some other schools for equine therapy. This was Elise's second year participating. She participated in 3 events: stock seat equestrian trail, which she placed gold, working trail, which she placed 4th, and the relay was bronze. And then the Homer Stallions had just competed this weekend in the first round of playoffs. The super lightweights, JV and varsity had all competed. Super lightweights and JV advanced on to the semifinals, which will take place this weekend. Super lightweights play at 10 a.m. at Sandburg High School on Sunday. JV plays at 4 p.m. at Sandburg High School on Sunday. And with that being said, I want to thank the village, this board, Homer Township Supervisor, and trustees for your continued support with the Stallions. Thank you.
Thank you. Village Attorney.
Yes, so just briefly, the village manager and the mayor had asked that I share a little bit of the consultations that I have with them when we're discussing eminent domain. And obviously they've asked me to do it, so I'm not breaking privilege and I'm going to do it. This is similar to the discussion that I had at the school with everyone in October of 2024. If you recall, back in October of 2024, Mr. Carroll, Mr. Michael Carroll, and myself gave a presentation to the residents and to village board members and staff that decided to come and to listen to our presentation on what eminent domain is and what it isn't. And just from a very, very preliminary, basic manner, eminent domain, the Illinois Eminent Domain Act gives the government the power to take your land, but the caveat is they have to provide fair compensation to you. This act in its present form was passed in 2006. This was in response to the U.S. Supreme Court's opinion in Kalo versus the City of New London. The 2006 Illinois Eminent Domain Act was changed, and it currently is in effect. And that act, as it stands in its current form, gives Will County, in its current form from 2006, gives Will County the authority to bring a suit into the Will County Circuit Court seeking to take your property, provided they give you fair compensation. So this isn't something that this board did. This is not something that was recently passed in Springfield that we somehow missed lobbying efforts on. No. The authority of Will County to do this has been granted since 2006 through the general passage of the Illinois Eminent Domain Act post-Kalo, okay? The village of Homer Glen is not taking your land. I constantly, when I'm speaking with some residents, there seems to be confusion in that. We are not the governmental agency or entity seeking to take your property. Rather, a separate and independent public body recognized under Illinois law, Will County, that governmental entity is the entity that is using the Illinois Eminent Domain Act that's been in existence since 2006 to take your property and provided they give you fair compensation for it, okay? The village had asked also that I share, well, what are the things that they have to do in advance, or what are the things that the law requires them to do before we get to that step? Well, our Illinois courts pretty much universally have come down and said that the governmental entity taking the property or seeking to take the property is required to negotiate with you in good faith to obtain the property outside of eminent domain. So when the village asks me, hey, what should we do if we get a notification and a letter? This is the village asking me, Mr. Pasquinelli, what advice would you give us if someone, if a Will County is seeking to condemn our property, take it via eminent domain? What should we do if they want to negotiate? Of course you want to negotiate. 100% you do. Because what that does is it allows you to continue that period of time in good faith, provided you're negotiating with them in good faith. It allows you to continue that process so that if they don't negotiate with you in good faith, that's one of the bases that an attorney can bring suit, can file what we call a motion for traverse, which is a motion seeking dismissal of an eminent domain action against the village of Homer Glen or a private resident for failure to negotiate in good faith. I personally, as village attorney, I worked in the capacity of village attorney through this law firm for Tinley Park, and we went forward with eminent domain in Tinley Park to try to get property for the Harmony Square properties that they're currently developing there. And we had to face just that. We had to face private attorneys representing residents, bringing what they call a motion to traverse, seeking to dismiss the eminent domain actions that we brought for failure to negotiate in good faith. So when the village asks me, Mr. Pasquinelli, what do we do when we get this request for notification? Should I negotiate? Of course you have to, 100%. Secondly, I just wanted to share too that this board has not compromised anything. This board has not authorized a resolution or authorized me to make any sort of deal with Will County on any sort of compromise from Bell Road to Parker Road. That's just inaccurate. What this board has done was through the mayor and the village manager's office, we went in early September of 2025. We physically went to the Will Council of Mayors. This is an organization that has been charged through the CMAP, which is an organization that doles out federal funding for roads. And we know that there's $6 million in federal funding that Will County Department of Transportation is using for that project from Bell Road, we believe from Bell Road to Parker Road. So the mayor, myself, the village manager, Baber, all went there. And what did we do? We asked that the Council of Mayors please defund this. Stop it. Our residents do not want it. We're the home rule municipality that's there. We would like you to please reallocate these funds to other properties, to other cities within Will County whose projects are ready to go where their residents want it. They did not listen to us. So here we are, okay? So those of you that are getting, I can't give you legal advice, but certainly I think it's very, very clear when the village asks me, what do we do when we get those notification letters? Continue to negotiate, okay? As far as what other plans that the village is trying to do, we're looking at if Will County wants to condemn our property, we're going to be taking them to court over it. You know, if they want to seek to take some of our property that we have along 143rd Street, we're going to be in court filing those motions, filing those active motions. Right now, Joe, I don't think we received any notification on any property. But when and if that happens, we plan on doing that.
Thank you, village attorney. Public safety officials?
Yep.
I thought I saw one, but I don't see him anymore. Okay, next is myself. Yes, you kind of stole a little bit of my thunder there, attorney, but no, it's totally fine. Attorney Pasquinelli's right. The village did not compromise. The county exec actually got up at a board meeting and said the mayor, the board never agreed to compromise at all with this county board. Trustee Reinders is 100% correct. These board members, you need to know who voted which way. At times, I mean, we had it. And I'm going to back it up until April of 23 when I became mayor. One of the first things I did was when I came into this office, I said, I want to know the stance on 143rd Street, and I want to know where we're at and what we can do. And I also want to know what's going on with Hadley, Parker, Shy Bloom. I said, we need to save these roads. Shy Bloom, Parker was easy. Hadley Road, that was an easy one. We knew we were taking that road over. That was an easy exchange. And that was not even this entire board, because this board wasn't even here. Trustee Reinders and Trustee Mason were the only two board members at that time. In fact, we had board members on this board who were against me taking this road. They fought me tooth and nail, Hadley Road, I apologize. Every mayor that you see up on that wall over there, besides myself, had played along with the expansion of 143rd Street. I have nothing against those gentlemen. I think they were great mayors. However, not one of them stood up to the county board to say enough is enough. You're not listening to our residents. The board at one time did listen to our residents. They heard us. They heard our voices, and all of a sudden we had the county executive veto. She threw out her veto, and she took the road. She proceeded on with her process. We had the board again. They voted again, 12-9, to stop and take out 143rd Street out of their plan. Again, as you know, they can't vote that way. Oh, that's a fake vote. That's not how this happens. Again, we lost again. I know that the township board or the county board members tried to file a lawsuit. We're looking at doing different things, and I hear you. I understand the residents that are standing there saying, what is the plan? What are we doing? Unfortunately, we have residents out there that will learn our plan and use it against us. I have had people do that. Some people sitting in this room right now have used our own plan against you guys. That's how hard it is to keep it in-house, because we can't let out. Going to that municipal meeting, somebody knew that we were going there and called those people to tell them that we were on our way and what we were doing. They told them our plan. The county board knew what we were doing. How did that happen? That's people working against us, this board, our residents. We need to work together. And yes, there's residents who live on 143rd Street that no longer, that at this current time don't have to worry about it, but you're going to have to. These county board members, they're slick. They think they are going to pull a fast one over us. Just like Trustee Reiner said, we know exactly what their plan is. We don't want this expansion. For anyone to sit here in this room and say that we are not fighting day in and day out, I'm on that phone every day, constantly. I mean, they laugh at me. The board members can't even get a hold of me because I'm talking to senators, state reps, county board members, the executive. Hey, I just proved to Trustee Reiners today that I've been trying to call the county executive to set up a meeting to talk about different things, on how to save the portion that they are taking over. I haven't gotten a call back yet. I take that back. She did call me. I missed her call. I did call her back, but we haven't connected yet. I'm not giving up. I refuse to give up on this. We might lose. But at least you know you have a mayor and a board that is willing to stand not just beside you, not behind you, but in front of you. We'll take the hits. I'm okay with that. I'm used to it. Every day on Facebook, I'm getting beat up. It's nothing new. I will stand up to these board members as I have, and I will continue to do. My family, Trustee Reiners is affected by it. I'm affected by it. I live in Old Oak. My parents live in Saddlebrook. Those walls on Bell Road, when I first saw that first wall go up, I was disgusted. I do not want to see that on 143rd Street. Unfortunately, in Dawnwood, they're looking at the negotiations. They're looking at different ways to make it better for them. I understand that the woman who lives on that corner, I wish there was more that we can do for you. I'm not giving up on you. Don't think that every conversation I haven't had in the last month, or since October 8th when you came here, I haven't brought you up every single time. I think about you all the time. I know that may sound weird, but I do think about your situation all the time. I wouldn't want to be in that situation, and that's why this board is here, and that is why Trustee Holzhauser got appointed. That is why I asked Trustee Lepore to run. That is why we appointed Trustee Schaller, and why I asked Trustee Muller to run. It's because I knew all of them had the same mindset of saving 143rd. And again, we are fighting a 20-year-old problem. All those mayors wanted this expansion or agreed to it. And then here comes us saying, no, 20 years later, we don't want this. So we're doing the best we can, fighting this train that's coming down 143rd Street. I promise you, we're not going to give up. Not saying that we're going to win, but I have hope, and we're going to keep trying, and we're going to keep fighting. Okay? Yeah, you can't. I'm so sorry. You have my number. You could call me after. I promise. All right, we're going to move on to the consent agenda. K1, consider for approval the accounts payable for the period of October 10th, 2025 through October 23rd, 2025 in the amount of $517,952.53. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Trustee Reinders, is there a second?
I'll second.
Trustee Lepore, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Reinders.
Aye.
Trustee Lepore.
Aye.
Trustee Schaller.
Aye.
Trustee Holzhauser.
Aye.
Trustee Muller.
Aye.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving on to L1, legislation and action items. Consider for approval one of two options for rental of the tent and installation for Homer for the Holidays event. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Trustee Reinders, is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Schaller. Trustee Reinders?
I think Dan Waddick had an explanation.
is.
Yes.
Just like popped up out over there.
So we're looking to get a tent for Home for the Holidays. We have one or two options, either to stake the tent into the asphalt, into the street, or we can weight it. And if we weigh the tent down, you see the cost difference in what it would be to weigh it versus staking it. I've talked to Director Woods, Director Vittori, and the village manager, Joe Baber, and they're all going with the recommendation of staking it and saving that cost. So with that, I would like the approval to go with Joliet Tent Rental. They are the company that we've worked with for Homerfest. They've agreed to the insurance and the rider. So we have that history with them, and they've been great to work with. So.
Awesome.
I didn't see the rider attached, but you're saying that that's going to be incorporated, and our red lines are all going to be incorporated in that? Okay.
Yes, sir. Since this packet went out, I have gotten the rider signed from them. So.
All right, Trustee Reinders, you made the motion. Trustee Schaller, you made the second. The motion was to approve one of the two. Would you like to
I'll go with
consider changing your motion to accept the?
Yes. So I would like to make a motion to accept Joliet Tent as the company that's going to provide the tent for our holiday.
So you're making an amendment to your motion?
I'm sorry, yes.
that
I'm making
correct?
an amendment to my motion.
Is there a second?
And I will second.
Okay. Any more discussion on that? Madam Clerk, please call the, Trustee Mason?
I do have a question on option A versus option B. I know one is weighted and one is staked. but do we know, and I didn't catch it in here if I missed it, what is the cost of repairing the stake? Minuscule?
It's very similar to what we do with our speed bumps out here.
Okay.
They're, held down with bolts, and we put silicone in there, and,
It's
Like
part of the
rebarb-
cost.
Like rebarb stake?
It's in, Trustee Mason, it's in the cost as well.
Well, that's
So
included in that.
we're paying for it, they are repairing it and
Oh, well,
fixing it.
that's perfect. That's my question.
Yes, sir.
Perfect, thank you. Now I like it much more.
Can you please call the roll on the amendment to the motion?
Trustee Reinders?
Aye.
Trustee Schaller?
Aye.
Trustee Mason?
Aye.
Trustee Lepore?
Aye.
Trustee Holzhauser?
Aye.
Trustee Muller?
Okay, the amendment carries. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll on the motion as amended?
Trustee Reinders?
Aye.
Trustee Schaller?
Aye.
Trustee Lepore?
Aye.
Trustee Mason?
Aye.
Trustee Muller? Trustee Holzhauser?
Aye.
Motion carries. L2, consider for approval an extension of the village's contract for refuse, recycling, and yard waste collection with Homewood Disposal Service for 5 years and waive competitive bidding process. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Mason, Trustee
second.
Lepore. Trustee Mason?
I think this is something that we need to do because I look at the changeover cost. I like it that they're giving a reduction to our seniors. Of course, you look at it, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. It goes up, I think, about $8 or so, a little over that time period, and costs are rising, so I don't see why we wouldn't do this, and they've done a great job as far as I know. I haven't heard any complaints from anybody on this subject. It's probably one of the only subjects I haven't had a complaint on. So I would say I'm for it.
And just for clarification, you said it was an $8 increase. I think it was an $8 increase over a five-year span?
Yeah, 5-year period. It's a 5-year period, and seniors is actually half of that. I mean, their cost is like $4 and something.
Who made the second? Trustee
Lepore.
Lepore.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just want to say, Homewood Disposal does an excellent job throughout the village and with our events, and I think an extension is warranted here for this company. I just want to also commend Village Manager Joe Baber on this negotiation. Well done. I'd like to see these numbers, and well done. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Trustee Reinders?
Actually, you know what, I would just like for it to go on the record that, maybe we need to put something out there to notify our seniors that they can get a $4.57 discount off of their monthly bill. And I don't know that many residents are taking advantage of that.
we will be putting that out tomorrow.
Thank you, Joe.
For 65 and older, correct?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
I got a
2 years away.
I got a discount too.
Anybody else have anything to add? Well, you have anything to add?
No, I'm Frank Hilligans, Municipal Affairs. I'm with Dan Merrick, our commercial. He works with me in the municipal, and we just want to say we love the opportunity to continue our relationship here. We've been here since the beginning. I would say Homer Glen brings probably a lot of challenges in collection just because of its sheer size and how it's spread out. We got a couple days where we got 10 trucks out here, and we got a couple days we have 4 or 5 trucks. But we have learned to love this community. We love partnering with the community. Joe's a good negotiator. I would agree with that comment earlier there. But we do value our relationship, and we just want to say thank you. We do have, if you look at the website, we have our own Homer Glen page that we put on the invoices to encourage seniors to call, and it's very easy to do. It's a substantial discount, $4.57 a month. So.
I do have a question for you, and I hate to put you on the spot on this, but I live next door to an elderly woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if this is just something that this driver does for her, but my husband used to take her garbage in and out, and this gentleman had seen my husband doing this, and so all of a sudden your driver started bringing up her her garbage cans and taking them down for her. Is that a service you also provide, or is that just a really nice driver?
It's a good driver, and
Okay.
I will
We're lucky to have
promise
him
you
then.
he does not know who you are or where you live.
No.
This
This has been going on.
Right, no,
this
they
has been
do
going
that.
on for a long time.
And you're not the first community to come forward and ask. It is a service that has been provided, but our drivers have been out here for so long, they know the residents, they know the community, and that's the beauty of it, right? And yes, I would say our drivers will do that, a majority of them. So-
Whoever he is, please let him know that we appreciate him.
All 3 drivers in my subdivision do that for a few houses with the same type of scenario.
Oh, we might
And
be
I'm
starting
talking
a
about.
frenzy here.
And I know this because I've seen them do it. Where it's the recycling, it's the trash, and it's the
Yeah, he goes up, he does
green.
all of them.
And all 3 of them go up the driveway and into the, so that's and it's the driver, and I knew that.
Right, and it's something we can't offer village-wide.
Right, no, I know, I didn't know if that was it or not, or just.
No, but
We
thank you.
expect it at every home now.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you very much. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Thank you.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
Trustee Lepore.
Aye.
Trustee Holzhauser.
Aye.
Trustee Muller.
Aye.
Trustee Reinders. Aye. Trustee Schaller.
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving on to L4, consider for approval resolution number 25-14, approving the following executive session minutes, January 22nd, 2025, February 26th, 2025, and March 26th, 2025. The executive
L3.
session minutes, what did I skip? L3, never mind. Number 3, consider for approval resolution number 25-13, a resolution adopting reasonable rules to govern the public's right to record all meetings required to be open under the Open Meetings Act. Is
I'll
there a
make that motion.
Trustee Reinders, I'm glad you made the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Trustee Lepore, any discussion?
Well, Mayor, this goes back to a meeting that we had with our Lakota group, and there was some, sensitive information that they asked not to be recorded, and I basically, knowing that I was in the wrong, I did ask for the meeting not to be recorded, and I got in some trouble for that, so we are revisiting this ordinance to make sure that everybody follows the Open Meetings Act. And we are going to be making some changes to our committee meetings, and we are going back to the dais so that we are a little bit more safe, feel more safe and secure in our meetings.
Okay, Trustee Lepore?
No issues, thank you, ma'am.
Any other discussion? All right, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Reinders.
Aye.
Trustee Lepore.
Aye.
Trustee Muller. Trustee Holzhauser.
Aye.
Trustee Schaller.
Aye.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now L4, consider for approval resolution number 25-14, approving the following executive session minutes, January 22nd, 2025, February 26th, 2025, and March 26th, 2025. The executive session minutes still require confidential treatment and are not to be released. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Trustee Holzhauser.
I'll second.
Trustee Mason. Any discussion?
No, ma'am.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Holzhauser.
Aye.
Trustee Mason. Trustee Schaller.
Aye.
Trustee Muller. Trustee Reinders.
Aye.
Trustee Lepore.
Aye.
Motion carries. Number 5, consider for approval a waiver of the Village of Homer Glen's Access Umbrella Insurance requirement requested by Administrative Consulting Specialists LLC. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Trustee Schaller?
I'll second.
Trustee Mason, any discussion? Trustee Schaller, you got anything?
I've got nothing.
Trustee Mason?
I think it's time that we make the adjustment. I think legal has something that they would like to say.
Briefly, I had an opportunity to speak with the consultant. The excess umbrella coverage would not be necessary based upon the nature of the work that he'd be performing for the village, so I don't have any issue with waiving that umbrella requirement professionally.
Any other discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Schaller.
Aye.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
Trustee Reinders.
Aye.
Trustee Muller. Trustee Lepore.
Aye.
Trustee Holzhauser.
Aye.
Motion carries. Old business. Anybody have any old business? The only thing that I ask is this e-bike situation, this, electric scooters, all this kind of stuff. If we can just post what our current ordinance is, a lot of people are confused. What's allowed, what's not allowed. I get constant phone calls a day about, these bikes. They're very dangerous when they're on the streets. I see so many close calls daily. So I just want to make sure that we have it posted all the time.
When you say posted where, Mayor?
Facebook, website. I mean, put the ordinance on the windows and the walls. Put it somewhere where everybody.
Is there a sign in the park telling us what the ordinance is?
Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe we should post one in the park. I actually saw a young male today pulling off from the power lines onto 159th.
Well, yeah, at least they can't say they weren't told if they're driving by it.
Yeah.
No, I think we should put one in the park and like you said, every available space, Joe.
There is currently signage in all our trails and parks.
Okay.
There, no motorized vehicles.
Is there one in this park though?
There's one in this.
Okay.
Saying what the fines are too?
I don't think it.
Maybe we need to express the fines because there's been 8 families so far. that have
The
been
sheriff's
fined.
office just walked out. I'm just kidding.
There's been 8 fines already this season, let's say, and that's for $1,000 each.
And also,
I think I may reach out to the schools as well, because that.
Send something home in their backpacks.
They go to school, these kids
Yeah.
gotta go to school, so I'll reach out to the school districts, maybe they could put some in their backpack, is it what that would?
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
Virtual backpack, I think it's called. Yeah.
Yep.
and also, there is a camera supposedly that's out in the back of the park area somewhere.
One of them.
The damage that they're doing to the parks right now is ridiculous. I mean, they are destroying the pour and play, the thing that costs like thousands, $100,000. I mean, thank God, the Director Vittori, that she's now certified to be able to replace that. But she was saying at our parks meeting the other day that they're just destroying all of Heritage Park. They're destroying the skeletons, I mean, the scarecrows. The vandalism, she said, is increasingly, it's really getting bad.
Attorney?
I would, just speaking out loud, everyone, I think that this would be an ample time to speak with the sheriff's office and having an investigation into this. I mean, you know, we're blessed in having a former police chief, police commanders, you know, police officers here. And as a former state's attorney, I think it would be a prudent measure to be taken, you know, to ask the Will County's Sheriff's Office Investigatory Unit to do it, you know, to do it the old-fashioned way, you know, see where they're going, see where they end up going, see where they park their bikes, their motorbikes, because, you know, not only are they violating the ordinance, but destroying village property like that is criminal damage to public property.
Yeah.
I mean, that gets you into the misdemeanor level of a category, and that now is a crime, not just an ordinance citation violation where it's a dollar and cents issue. Now we're talking about criminal liability, you know, in the form of the whole myriad of punishments that are available in Illinois law.
Village Manager Baber?
Yeah, just as Mr. Trustee Mason had noted, in the last couple months, we have issued 8 different citations for these. When code enforcement and my other staff drive around the community, if they see an open garage with a dirt bike in it or an e-bike, we send them a notice with a copy of the ordinance and what the potential fines can be. So we're proactive in that aspect. We drive around all the time. I drive around all the time. I follow them. They know me. They take off. They know. And the police, you can't chase them. They know that now. You know, during our staff appreciation picnic, 4 of them drove right through here, right behind Village Hall, during our picnic here. And we followed them. The three of us went and chased them. We went through Meadowview.
You didn't chase, you
I'm sorry, we followed them. We followed them, and to try and find where they're at. And we do find out where they're at.
Right.
So we do that.
But, you know, as far as Mr. Pasquinelli goes, maybe it is time to ask Will County for the investigative unit to take a deeper peek into this, because our own ordinance and code enforcement are only so big, right? And I think you have more authority at the Will County level as far as the Sheriff's Department goes. So I would definitely entertain that. Go ahead, Mike.
May I add something, ma'am? And I just think that the threat of a criminal prosecution before a Will County judge may be the deterrent that would stop these kids, these younger kids, or these 17, 18-year-old, younger adults from engaging in this sort of conduct. Certainly, we have I'm not being critical of what our code enforcement does. I know they work very, very diligently and every day in trying to enforce the ordinances for safety of the public and to protect the property of the village. But it may behoove everyone just to get the Will County Sheriff's Police involved, because that's just an extra level of deterrent that may stop them from doing it in the first place.
All right. New business. We have a motion to convey offers for the appointment to the office of village attorney and/or special counsel. This is under new business. I am requesting that we go into executive session first to discuss, and then come back out and look for a motion after executive session.
I'll make that motion.
Can we, I know that we probably should have made it, thank you. I'm assuming we should have probably made this to an amendment to the agenda when we had the chance. Can we move it now?
Yeah, sure. You can
Okay.
vote. Yeah, a
Does it have to
motion
be
go
done
in-
by motion?
A motion to go into executive session can happen pretty much any.
And I'll second that motion.
Okay, so then we're going to executive session, and then when we come out, we will
Then you're in general session, and then you can
convey offers.
come back to.
Okay.
that.
All right, so motion to adjourn, first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Good night. Thank
Thank
you
you.
all.
Well, we're not adjourning the.